Imagine this. You wake up, you hear someone speaking English, fast, natural English, and you only understand a few words. Maybe this happens to you every day. Maybe it feels frustrating. You know some English, but real, natural speech still feels too fast, too confusing. That's exactly why this podcast exists. Hello, and welcome to English Journey Studio. This is day 1 of 30 days from A1 to B1, a podcast series made for English learners just like you. Right now, you might be at A1 level, the very beginning, but in 30 days, you will reach B1, intermediate level. That means understanding real conversations, following stories and podcasts, and expressing your own thoughts in English. Every day, you will listen to a simple, real-life story in American English. Each day, your listening skills will get a little stronger, day by day, story by story, word by word. By day 30, you will be at B1 level, and you will feel the difference. The speaking in every episode is slow and clear, so you can follow along easily. Today's story is called A Simple Morning in New York. It's a story about a young woman named Sarah and how she starts her day. You will hear many useful words and phrases about morning routines. Are you ready? Let's begin. It is 6:30 in the morning. Sarah's alarm clock goes off. The sound is soft. It's not a loud beeping noise. It's gentle music. Sarah opens her eyes slowly. She looks at the ceiling for a moment. The room is quiet. The city outside is just starting to wake up. She can hear a few cars on the street below her apartment. Sarah lives on the 5th floor of a building in Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn is one of the 5 boroughs or neighborhoods of New York City. She loves living there. It feels like a real neighborhood, not just a busy city. Sarah reaches over and turns off her alarm. She takes a long, deep breath. She says to herself, quietly, in her head, "Okay, new day, let's go." She sits up slowly and stretches her arms above her head. Stretching in the morning feels so good. Then she puts her feet on the floor. The floor is a little cold. It is November after all. She reaches for her slippers. Slippers are soft shoes that you wear inside the house. Much better. Sarah stands up and walks to the window. She pulls back the curtain and looks outside. The sky is a pale gray color. The sun is not fully up yet, but there is a soft golden light just above the buildings in the distance. She smiles. "I love this time of day," she thinks. Sarah walks to the bathroom. She turns on the light. She looks at herself in the mirror for a second and laughs quietly. Her hair is a little messy from sleeping. That's okay. She'll fix it later. First, she washes her face. She turns on the cold water and splashes it on her face 2 or 3 times. The cold water wakes her up immediately. She loves this feeling. Then she dries her face with a clean towel. Next, she brushes her teeth. She puts toothpaste on her toothbrush, just a small amount, the size of a pea. She brushes for 2 full minutes. Her dentist always reminds her, 2 minutes, twice a day. Sarah always follows this advice. After brushing her teeth, she uses mouthwash. Mouthwash is a liquid that you rinse your mouth with. It keeps your breath fresh and your mouth clean. She holds the mouthwash in her mouth for 30 seconds, then spits it out. Now her mouth feels clean and fresh. She takes a quick shower. The water is warm, not too hot, not too cold. Just right. She uses her favorite shampoo. It smells like lavender. Lavender is a plant with a soft, relaxing smell. The shower takes about 7 minutes. short enough to save water, but long enough to feel clean and refreshed. Sarah gets dressed. She picks out a pair of dark jeans and a warm beige sweater. Simple, comfortable, perfect for a Tuesday in November. Now it's time for Sarah's favorite part of the morning, breakfast. She walks to the kitchen and fills the kettle with water. A kettle is a device that heats water quickly. Sarah drinks green tea every morning. She doesn't drink coffee. Many people in America drink coffee first thing in the morning, but Sarah prefers tea. She likes the gentle energy it gives her. While the water is heating, she opens the refrigerator. She takes out 2 eggs, some butter, and a small block of cheese. She's going to make scrambled eggs. She puts a small pan on the stove and turns on the heat. She adds a little butter to the pan. The butter melts slowly and starts to sizzle. That soft sizzling sound, she loves it. It means breakfast is coming. She cracks the eggs into a bowl. To crack an egg means to break the shell and let the inside fall out. She adds a pinch of salt and a pinch of black pepper. A pinch means a very small amount, just what you can hold between 2 fingers. She stirs the eggs with a fork until everything is mixed together. Then she pours the egg mixture into the pan. She stirs slowly with a spatula as the eggs cook. After 2 minutes, the eggs are soft, fluffy, and perfectly cooked. She grates a little cheese on top. To grate means to cut something into very small, thin pieces using a tool called a grater. The kettle clicks off. She pours the hot water over her green tea bag and lets it steep for 3 minutes. To steep means to let something sit in hot water so the flavor comes out. She sits down at her small kitchen table. Scrambled eggs on one side, green tea on the other. She takes the first bite. Perfect. After breakfast, Sarah washes her plate and cup in the sink. She doesn't like leaving dirty dishes. It takes only 2 minutes, and it makes her feel more organized. Then she goes back to the bathroom to do her hair. She brushes it carefully and puts it in a simple ponytail. A ponytail is when you pull your hair back and tie it together behind your head. Quick, easy, and neat. She puts on a little lip balm. Lip balm is a product that keeps your lips soft and moisturized. It's important in winter when the cold air can dry out your lips. She walks to the hallway and looks at the small shelf near the door. She checks her bag. Wallet? Yes. Keys? Yes. Phone? Yes. Headphones? Yes. She always listens to a podcast on the subway. She puts on her coat. It's a long, dark gray wool coat. Wool is a warm, natural material made from sheep, perfect for cold New York winters. She wraps a scarf around her neck. A scarf is a long piece of fabric that you wear around your neck to keep warm. She opens the front door, steps outside, and locks it behind her. She walks down the stairs and pushes open the building's front door. A wave of cold November air hits her face. She takes a breath. Okay, she thinks, I'm ready. And that is the end of today's story. Sarah has had a simple, peaceful morning. She woke up gently, washed her face, brushed her teeth, made scrambled eggs and green tea, and got herself ready for the day. Let's review some of the key words and phrases from today's episode. To stretch, to extend your arms and legs to relax your muscles. Slippers, soft shoes worn inside the house. To crack an egg, to break the shell of an egg. A pinch, a very small amount of something. To steep, to soak something in hot water to release flavor. A ponytail, a hairstyle where hair is tied back behind the head. Thank you so much for listening today. That was day 1 of 30 days from A1 to B1. Before you go, if you finish today's episode, leave a comment below and write, Day 1 done. It takes only 5 seconds. And it helps you stay on track with your 30-day English journey. I read every comment and I love seeing your progress. Come back tomorrow for day 2, a new story, new words, and more English practice. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe to English Journey Studio. New episodes come out every day for the next 30 days. See you tomorrow. Keep listening, keep learning. Goodbye for now. Imagine this. You are in a new country. Someone walks up to you and says, "Hi, what's your name? Where are you from?" Do you know what to say? Can you answer clearly, confidently in English? If not, that's exactly why you're here. And by the end of today's episode, you will know exactly what to say. Hello, and welcome back to English Journey Studio. This is day 2 of your 30-day English journey. You are already one step ahead of where you were yesterday. Right now, you are at A1 level, the beginning, but in 30 days, you will reach B1, intermediate level. That means you will understand real conversations. You will follow stories, movies, and podcasts in English. You will express yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, your ideas in English. Every single episode moves you one step closer to that goal, day by day. In 28 more days, you will look back at day 1 and think, I can't believe how much I've learned. But right now, we start with day 2. Today, you will learn one of the most important skills in any language, how to introduce yourself in English. Sarah is going to show us exactly how it's done. Are you ready? Let's begin. It is Saturday morning. Sarah doesn't have to work today. She wakes up a little later than usual, at 8 o'clock. No alarm, just the natural light coming through her curtains. She stretches her arms above her head and takes a long, slow breath. Saturday, she thinks, my favorite day. She goes to the kitchen and makes her green tea. Then she carries her mug to the window and sits down in her small chair. This is her favorite spot in the whole apartment. Outside, the streets of Brooklyn are quiet. A few people are walking their dogs. A man in a yellow jacket is sweeping the sidewalk in front of his shop. A coffee shop across the street has just turned on its lights. Sarah watches all of this slowly. She is in no hurry. After her tea, she opens her notebook. She has a habit of writing 3 things she wants to do each day. A habit is something you do regularly, almost without thinking. Today, she writes, 1. Go to the community center. 2. Buy groceries on the way home. 3. Call mom in the evening. She looks at number 1 and smiles. She is going to a community center in her neighborhood. A community center is a place where local people come together for activities and events. There are classes, clubs, sports, and social events at community centers. They are an important part of life in many American neighborhoods. Today, there is a free English conversation class there. It's for people who want to practice speaking English in a relaxed, friendly environment. Sarah already speaks English well. She grew up speaking it. But she wants to volunteer, to help other people practice. To volunteer means to give your time for free to help others. You do not get paid. You do it because you want to help. She finishes her tea, washes her mug, and goes to get dressed. A simple blue sweater and her favorite dark jeans. Comfortable, warm, perfect for a November Saturday. She picks up her bag, puts on her long gray coat, and walks out the door. The November air hits her face, cold, clean, and fresh. She takes a deep breath. I love Saturdays, she thinks. The community center is only 5 minutes from Sarah's apartment. She walks there along her usual route, past the bakery, past the small park with the old oak tree, and down a quiet side street. When she arrives, she pushes open the heavy front door and steps inside. It is warm inside. She can hear voices and soft music coming from somewhere down the hall. The smell of fresh coffee fills the lobby. A woman at the front desk looks up and smiles at her. She has short, gray hair and kind eyes. Hi there. Are you here for the conversation class? Yes, I am, Sarah says. My name is Sarah. Oh, wonderful. We've been expecting you. I'm Linda. I run the front desk here. Nice to meet you, Linda. You too, Sarah. The class is in room 3, just down the hall, second door on the left. They're just getting started. Sarah thanks her and walks down the hall. She passes a bulletin board covered in colorful flyers. A bulletin board is a flat board on a wall where people pin notices, posters, and announcements. She sees flyers for yoga classes, a cooking club, a children's reading program, and a Saturday film night. I should come back and try some of these, she thinks. She finds room 3 and opens the door. Inside, there are about 10 people sitting in a circle of chairs. Some people are young, maybe in their 20s. Some are older, perhaps in their 40s or 50s. They are clearly from many different countries, different faces, different styles, different languages in their hearts. A man at the front of the room sees Sarah and waves. He looks to be about 50 years old. He has warm brown eyes and a friendly smile. Hi, come in, come in. We're just getting started. Grab a seat anywhere. Sarah smiles and takes an empty chair in the circle. She looks around the room. Everyone looks a little nervous. Some people are looking at the floor. Some are looking at their hands. That's okay, Sarah thinks. She remembers that feeling very well. The man at the front speaks again. Okay, everyone, welcome. My name is David. I'm the teacher here, and I've been running this class for 6 years. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. That's a city in the middle of the United States. Today, we're going to start with something simple but very important. He pauses and looks around the circle. We're going to introduce ourselves. Who wants to go first? There is a short silence. People look at each other. Then a young man raises his hand. To raise your hand means to lift it up in the air to show you want to speak. It is a common gesture in classrooms all over the world. I'll go, he says. He sits up straight and clears his throat. To clear your throat means to make a small sound to prepare your voice before speaking. He speaks slowly and carefully, choosing each word with care. Hello, everyone. My name is Marco. I am from Sao Paulo, Brazil. I moved to New York 6 months ago. I work at a restaurant in Manhattan. I am a cook. I like to cook, of course, and I also like to play football. I mean, soccer. He smiles at his own mistake. Everyone in the room laughs softly, not at him, but with him. David explains the difference. That's a great point, Marco. In America, the word football means American football, a sport played with an oval ball. The sport that most of the world calls football, the one played with a round ball, is called soccer in the United States. It can be confusing at first, but now you know. Great job, Marco. Who's next? A young woman on the other side of the circle speaks up. Her voice is soft but clear. Hi, everyone. My name is Yuna. I am from Seoul, South Korea. I have been in New York for 3 weeks, so everything is still very new to me. She pauses for a moment, then continues. I am studying fashion design at a school in Manhattan. I love art, music, and trying new food. New York has so much amazing food. A few people nod and smile. They understand that feeling. Everything is new. Wonderful, Yuna. Welcome to New York, says David. A third person speaks, an older man with glasses and a quiet voice. My name is Rafael. I am from Mexico City, Mexico. I have lived in Brooklyn for 2 years. I work as a taxi driver. I have a wife and 2 children. My children speak English very well, better than me. He lacks a little. So I come here to practice. I don't want my children to translate everything for me. The room laughs warmly. Everyone understands. Now it is Sarah's turn. She takes a small breath and smiles at the group. Hi everyone, my name is Sarah. I grew up in a small town in Ohio. Ohio is a state in the middle of the United States. But I've lived in Brooklyn for 4 years now, and I really love it here. I work as a graphic designer. That means I create visual things, like logos, posters, and websites. In my free time, I love walking around the neighborhood, trying new restaurants, and reading. She pauses, then adds something from the heart. I'm here today because I want to help you practice English. I know how hard it is to speak in a new language, to feel nervous, to worry about making mistakes. But I want you to know, mistakes are okay. Mistakes mean you're trying, and trying is everything. The room is quiet for a moment. Then Marco nods slowly and says, Thank you, Sarah. Yuna smiles. Raphael nods. David says warmly, That's exactly why we're all here, to help each other. David stands up and walks to the whiteboard. A whiteboard is a smooth, white surface on a wall that you can write on with special markers. When you are finished, you can erase the writing easily. He picks up a blue marker and writes 5 questions on the board. His handwriting is large and clear. The 5 questions are, What is your name? Where are you from? How long have you been in New York? What do you do? What do you like to do in your free time? These 5 questions, David says, are the foundation of any introduction. Foundation means the base, the most important part that everything else is built on. Just like a building needs a strong foundation to stand, your English needs these basic phrases to grow. Now, he says, I want everyone to find a partner. Practice answering these 5 questions. Take turns. Listen carefully when your partner speaks. The room comes alive. Chairs scrape the floor. People turn to each other. Quiet conversations begin everywhere. Sarah turns to the man sitting next to him. His name is Ahmed. He is from Cairo, Egypt, the capital city of Egypt, on the banks of the Nile River. He has been in New York for 1 year. He is a civil engineer, a person who designs and builds roads, bridges, and buildings. Ahmed's English is actually quite good. He knows the words, he understands the grammar, but he speaks very quietly, almost in a whisper. A whisper is when you speak very softly, almost without using your full voice. Ahmed, Sarah says gently, I can hear you, but in a real conversation, on the street, in a cafe, at work, you'll need a stronger voice. I know, he says quietly. I just worry about making mistakes. Sarah looks at him kindly. Everyone in this room is making mistakes right now. That's why we're here. Just speak. Your words are good. Let people hear them. Ahmed takes a breath. He sits up a little straighter, and then he speaks, this time with a clear, strong voice. My name is Ahmed. I am from Cairo, Egypt. I have been in New York for 1 year. I am a civil engineer. In my free time, I like to read history books and take photographs of the city. Sarah breaks into a big smile. That was perfect, Ahmed. Every single word. Ahmed smiles back, a wide, warm, confident smile. It is the smile of someone who has just realized something important. I can do this. And that is the end of today's story. Sarah spent her Saturday morning at the community center, meeting people from Brazil, South Korea, Mexico, and Egypt, and she helped them do something brave, speak in a new language. Let's review some of the key words and phrases from today's episode. To introduce yourself, to tell someone who you are for the first time. A habit, something you do regularly, almost without thinking. A community center, a local place where people come together for activities. To volunteer, to give your time for free to help others. A bulletin board, a board on a wall where people put notices and announcements. To raise your hand, to lift your hand to show you want to speak. To clear your throat, to make a small sound to prepare your voice. Soccer, the American word for football. A whiteboard, a smooth white surface you write on with markers. Foundation, the base, the most important part. A whisper, a very soft, quiet voice. Thank you so much for listening today. That was day 2 of 30 days from A1 to B1. Before you go, if you finished today's episode, leave a comment below and write Day 2 done. It takes only 5 seconds, and it helps you stay on track with your 30-day English journey. I read every comment, and I love seeing your progress. Tomorrow is day 3. Sarah goes to the grocery store. Subscribe to English Journey Studio so you never miss an episode. See you tomorrow. Keep listening. Keep learning. Goodbye for now. Imagine this. You walk into a grocery store. You need a few simple things. Milk, bread, maybe some fruit. But everything around you is in English. The signs, the labels, the numbers on the price tags. A worker asks you a question. Quickly, naturally. Do you understand? Do you know how to answer? If this feels stressful, you are not alone. And after today's episode, grocery shopping in English will feel so much easier. Hello, and welcome back to English Journey Studio. This is day 3 of your 30-day English journey. 2 days down, 28 to go. Right now, you are moving from A1 toward B1, step by step, episode by episode. Every single episode adds new words to your toolbox, words you can actually use every single day. And these words add up. By day 30, you won't just know more words. You'll understand real conversations in real places at a real B1 level. Today, Sarah goes grocery shopping, and by the end, you will know exactly what to say and what to listen for at any grocery store in America. That's one more real-life situation you can now handle in English. One more step from A1 to B1. Are you ready? Let's begin. It is Sunday afternoon. Sarah is sitting at her kitchen table, looking inside her refrigerator. The refrigerator is almost empty. Just half a lemon, some leftover rice, and a nearly empty jar of jam. Okay, she thinks, time to go shopping. She grabs a small notepad from the drawer and starts a shopping list. A shopping list is a list of things you need to buy. She writes milk, eggs, bread, bananas, chicken, rice, coffee for guests, tissue paper. She looks at the list and adds one more thing, chocolate. Just a small treat, she thinks, and smiles. A treat is something special you give yourself, usually something sweet or enjoyable. Sarah grabs her reusable shopping bags from the hook by the door. A reusable bag is a bag you can use again and again instead of throwing it away. Many people in New York carry their own bags to the grocery store. It's better for the environment, and some stores even charge a small fee for plastic bags. She puts on her coat, grabs her wallet and phone, and heads out the door. The grocery store is just 2 blocks away, a small, busy store on the corner, the kind you find in almost every neighborhood in Brooklyn. The walk takes about 5 minutes. The streets are quieter than usual. It's Sunday after all. Sarah arrives at the store, pushes open the glass door, and steps inside. A small bell rings above the door. Ding! Inside, the store is bright and a little busy. Sarah grabs a shopping basket near the entrance. A basket is smaller than a cart, perfect for just a few items. She walks down the first aisle. An aisle is a long, narrow path between shelves in a store. This aisle has bread, cereal, and snacks. Sarah finds a loaf of whole wheat bread and puts it in her basket. A loaf is the word we use for a whole piece of bread before it's sliced. Next, she walks toward the dairy section. Dairy means foods made from milk, like milk itself, cheese, yogurt, and butter. She opens the refrigerator door and takes out a carton of milk. A carton is a cardboard or paper container. Milk, juice, and eggs often come in cartons. She also grabs a dozen eggs. A dozen means 12. In America, eggs are almost always sold in cartons of a dozen. Sarah checks her list again. Bananas, chicken, rice. Just then, someone taps her on the shoulder. Sarah, hi. Sarah turns around. It's a woman from her building. They've said hello in the hallway a few times, but never really talked. Oh, hi. I'm sorry. I don't think I caught your name last time, Sarah says. I'm Priya. I live on the 3rd floor. Nice to meet you properly, Priya. I'm Sarah, 2nd floor. To catch someone's name means to hear and remember it, and nice to meet you properly is a friendly way to say, now we really know each other, not just a quick hello. Sunday shopping? Priya asks, smiling. Always, Sarah laughs. My fridge was basically empty. Same here. Well, have a good one. You too. See you around the building. Sarah smiles to herself as Priya walks away. That was nice, she thinks. Small moments like this, a quick chat with a neighbor, make a big city feel a little smaller, a little friendlier. She moves to the produce section. Produce means fresh fruits and vegetables. The produce section smells fresh, like apples, oranges, and fresh herbs. Sarah picks up a bunch of bananas. A bunch is a group of things that grow or are held together, like a bunch of bananas or a bunch of flowers. She squeezes one gently to check if it's ripe. Ripe means ready to eat, not too green, not too soft. Perfect, she thinks, and puts the bananas in her basket. Just above the apples, Sarah notices a bright yellow sign. It says, Sale. Buy one, get one free. A sale means products are sold for less money than usual for a short period of time. And buy one, get one free means if you buy one item, you get a second one at no extra cost. Sarah doesn't really need apples today, but the sale makes her smile. Maybe next time, she thinks, and walks on. An employee is restocking the shelves nearby. To restock means to fill the shelves again with new products. He looks up and smiles at Sarah. "Good afternoon. Let me know if you need any help finding something." "Thank you," Sarah says. "Actually, do you have fresh ginger? I don't see it." "Sure, it's in the next aisle near the garlic and onions." "I'll show you." He walks with her to the next aisle and points to a small basket of ginger. "Here you go." "Thank you so much," Sarah says, and picks up a piece of ginger. While she's in this aisle, Sarah notices 2 bags of rice on the shelf. One bag is small and costs $3. The other bag is much bigger, almost 3 times the size, but it only costs $5. Sarah picks up both bags and compares them. To compare means to look at 2 things together and decide which one is better. She thinks, the bigger bag is a better deal. A deal means an offer or a price, and a good deal means you get a lot for a fair price. She puts the smaller bag back on the shelf and keeps the bigger one. "I'll use it for weeks," she thinks, and places it carefully in her basket. Sarah continues toward the back of the store where the meat counter is. A counter is a long table or surface where products are sold or prepared. Behind the counter, a worker in a clean apron is arranging packages of meat. An apron is a piece of clothing you wear over your clothes to keep them clean. Cooks and butchers often wear aprons. "Hi there, can I help you?" the worker asks. "Yes, please," Sarah says. "I'd like some chicken breast, about 2 pounds, please." A pound is a unit of weight used in America. 1 pound is about 450 grams, so 2 pounds is about 900 grams, almost 1 kilogram. The worker picks up a package and places it on the scale. A scale is a machine that measures weight. "This one is 2.1 pounds. Is that okay?" "That's perfect, thank you," Sarah says. The worker wraps the chicken and hands it to her. "Anything else?" "That's all for now, thank you." Sarah places the chicken carefully in her basket, next to the eggs. She checks her list one more time. Milk, check. Eggs, check. Bread, check. Bananas, check. Chicken, check. To check something off a list means to mark it as done or completed. Only rice, coffee, tissue paper, and chocolate are left. She walks toward the next aisle, the one with pasta and other dry goods. Dry goods are foods that don't need to be refrigerated, like rice, pasta, flour, and sugar. She picks up a small bag of pasta for later in the week. The basket is getting a little heavy now. Sarah shifts it to her other arm. Sarah grabs a small bag of coffee from the shelf for when her friends come over next week, then a pack of tissue paper, and finally, the chocolate. She smiles and adds it to her basket. Now her list is complete. Sarah walks toward the checkout. Checkout is the place where you pay for your items before leaving the store. There are 2 checkout lines, one with a cashier and one self-checkout. A cashier is the person who scans your items and takes your payment. Self-checkout means you scan and pay for the items yourself, using a machine. Sarah sees a short line at the cashier and joins it. In front of her, an older woman is chatting with the cashier about the weather. "Cold one today, huh?" the cashier says. "Sure is. Stay warm." The woman replies and walks away with her bags. Now it's Sarah's turn. She places her basket on the counter and starts putting items on the belt. The belt is the moving surface that carries your items toward the cashier. "Hi, did you find everything okay?" the cashier asks. "Yes, thank you," Sarah says. "Big plans for the rest of your Sunday?" the cashier asks, scanning the bread. "Not really," Sarah laughs. "Just relaxing at home, maybe some baking later." "Nice. Enjoy that chocolate then," the cashier says with a smile, holding up the chocolate bar before scanning it. The cashier continues scanning each item. Beep, beep, beep. "Do you have a reusable bag, or do you need one?" "I have my own, thanks," Sarah says, and opens her bag. The cashier packs the items carefully, heavy things at the bottom, light things on top. Your total is $28.43. How would you like to pay? "Card, please," Sarah says, and taps her card on the machine. Beep. Approved. Here's your receipt. A receipt is a small piece of paper that shows what you bought and how much you paid. "Thank you so much. Have a great day," Sarah says. "You too. Bye." Sarah picks up her bags, one in each hand, and walks out through the glass door. Ding! Outside, the cold air feels fresh on her face. She takes a deep breath and starts walking home, her bag swinging gently with each step. "That wasn't so bad," she thinks. "Actually, I think I'm getting pretty good at this." And that is the end of today's story. Sarah made a shopping list, walked to the grocery store, found everything she needed, asked for help when she needed it, and paid at checkout, all in clear, simple English. Let's review some of the key words and phrases from today's episode. A shopping list, a list of things you need to buy. A reusable bag, a bag you can use again and again. An aisle, a long, narrow path between shelves in a store. Produce, fresh fruits and vegetables. Ripe, ready to eat. To restock, to fill shelves again with new products. A pound, a unit of weight, about 450 grams. Dry goods, foods that don't need to be refrigerated. Checkout, the place where you pay before leaving the store. A receipt, a piece of paper showing what you bought and how much you paid. Thank you so much for listening today. That was day 3 of 30 days from A1 to B1. Before you go, if you finished today's episode, leave a comment below and write Day 3 done. It takes only 5 seconds, and it helps you stay on track with your 30-day English journey. I read every comment, and I love seeing your progress. Tomorrow is day 4. How much does it cost? Subscribe to English Journey Studio so you never miss an episode. See you tomorrow. Keep listening, keep learning. Goodbye for now. Imagine this. You're in a store. You pick up something you like. You look at the price tag. $24.99. Wait, is that $24 or $24.99? And how do you even say that out loud? Numbers in English can feel surprisingly tricky, especially prices, especially when someone says them fast. Maybe you've stood at a checkout, heard a number, and just nodded, hoping you handed over enough money. We've all been there. If numbers and prices make you a little nervous, today's episode is exactly what you need. Hello, and welcome back to English Journey Studio. This is day 4 of your 30-day English journey. 3 days down, 27 to go. Right now, you are moving from A1 toward B1, step by step, episode by episode. And numbers are everywhere. Prices, addresses, phone numbers, time. Once numbers feel easy, So much of daily life in English gets easier too. Today, Sarah goes shopping for a birthday gift, and along the way, you'll learn exactly how Americans talk about money and prices. One more step from A1 to B1. Are you ready? Let's begin. It is Monday evening. Sarah is walking home from work, thinking about her friend Maya. Maya's birthday is this Saturday. I should get her something nice, Sarah thinks. Maybe a scarf. She loves scarves. There's a small shop near Sarah's apartment, the kind of shop that sells gifts, candles, jewelry, and other small, lovely things. Sarah decides to stop in on her way home. A bell rings softly as she opens the door. Inside, the shop smells like lavender and vanilla. Soft music is playing. On the door, Sarah notices a small sign with the shop's hours. Open, Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., Sunday, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. In English, we usually say times like this. 10 a.m. means 10 o'clock in the morning. 7 p.m. means 7 o'clock in the evening. Means before noon, from midnight to 12 o'clock. p.m. means afternoon, from 12 o'clock to midnight. Good, they're open until 7, Sarah thinks, glancing at her watch. It's 6:15, plenty of time. Hi, let me know if you need any help, says the shop owner, a woman with short, curly hair and glasses. Thank you, I'm just looking for now, Sarah replies. Sarah walks slowly around the shop. She sees candles, small notebooks, handmade jewelry, postcards with pictures of New York, and a shelf full of soft, colorful scarves. She picks up a deep blue scarf. It's soft, probably wool, or maybe a wool blend. A blend means a mixture of 2 or more materials. Sarah looks at the price tag. $22, it says. In English, we usually say prices like this. $22. Simple. The number, then the word dollars. But what about prices with cents? Cents are the small units of money. $1 equals 100 cents. If something costs $22.50, we usually say $22.50, or a little more formally, $22.50. Sarah continues looking around. She finds a second scarf, a lighter gray one, with small flowers on it. The price tag says $18.75. $18.75. Sarah reads quietly. Sarah holds both scarves, the deep blue one and the light gray one. She thinks. Which one does Maya need? I mean, which one would like more? She catches her own mistake and smiles. Need, like small words, but they mean very different things. The shop owner walks over. Those are both lovely. Is it for a gift? Yes, my friend's birthday is this Saturday, Sarah says. The blue one is $22 and the gray one is $18.75. Both are 100% wool. Percent means out of 100. So 100% wool means the whole thing is wool, nothing else mixed in. If something were 50% cotton and 50% wool, that would mean half cotton, half wool, an even blend. There's actually a small sale today, the shop owner adds. Everything in this section is 20% off. Off means the price is reduced. You pay less than the original price. Oh, nice. So how much would the blue one be then? Sarah asks. The shop owner picks up a small calculator from the counter. Let's see. $22 minus 20%. That would be about $17.60. Sarah does some quick math in her head. 20% of $22 is about $4.40. 22 minus 440 equals $17.60. And the gray one? Sarah asks. $18.75 minus 20%, that's about $15. Sarah thinks for a moment. The blue one is a little more, but I think Maya would really love that color. Take your time, the shop owner says kindly, and walks back to the counter. Sarah holds up the blue scarf again, near the window. The afternoon light makes the blue look even richer. This one, she decides. Maya's favorite color is blue. I remember now. She puts the gray scarf back on the shelf, carefully. Before going to the counter, Sarah notices a small basket of candles nearby. A little sign says, "Buy 2, save $5." That means if you buy 2 candles, you save $5 off the total price. Sarah checks the price of 1 candle, $12 each. So 2 candles would normally be $24. With the discount, 2 candles would be $19. A discount is the amount of money taken off the original price. Maybe 1 candle for myself too, Sarah thinks, smiling. She picks up 2 candles, one with a vanilla scent and one with a fresh citrus scent. On her way to the counter, Sarah passes the postcards she saw earlier. Each postcard shows a different part of New York: the Brooklyn Bridge, Central Park, the subway. A small sign says, "Postcards minus $2 each, or 3 for $5. Sarah does some quick math. 1 postcard is $2, 2 postcards would be $4, but 3 postcards, with the special price, are only $5. That's basically getting the third one for $1, Sarah realizes. Might as well get 3. She picks 3 postcards, 1 for her mom, 1 for Priya, and 1 to keep for herself. Sarah walks to the counter with the blue scarf, the 2 candles, and the 3 postcards. "Did you find everything okay?" the shop owner asks. "Yes, thank you. I'll take this scarf, these 2 candles, and these 3 postcards." The shop owner scans each item. Beep, 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 beep. "Okay, let's see your total. The scarf, with the discount, is $17.60. The 2 candles, with the discount, are $19. And the 3 postcards are $5. So, $17.60 plus 19 plus 5, that's $41.60 before tax. Tax is a small extra amount added to the price, money that goes to the government. In New York, tax is usually a little over 8%. With tax, your total comes to $45.03. "Before I forget," the shop owner says, "would you like to join our rewards program? It's free, and you get points for every purchase." A rewards program is a system where stores give you points or discounts for shopping with them regularly. "How does it work?" Sarah asks. "For every dollar you spend, you get 1 point. Once you reach 100 points, you get $5 off your next purchase." Sarah does the math quickly. $45 today means 45 points. Not bad for a first visit, she thinks. "Sure, why not?" Sarah says. "Great, I just need your phone number." Sarah gives her number slowly, 1 digit at a time. A digit is a single number, from 0 to 9. A phone number in America usually has 10 digits, 3 for the area code, and 7 more after that. It's 347-555-0162. In English, phone numbers are usually said one number at a time, not as big numbers like 347, and 0 is often said as O in phone numbers, so 0162 can also sound like 0162. The shop owner types it into the register. Got it. 347-555-0162. Perfect. Sarah opens her wallet. She has two $20 bills, a 5, a 1, and a small handful of coins. A bill is paper money. In America, common bills are $1, $5, $10, $20, and $50. I'll pay with cash, Sarah says, and counts out two $20 bills, a $5 bill, and a $1 bill. That's $46 total. The shop owner takes the money and opens the register. A register is the machine a store uses to handle money and print receipts. $46. Your total was $45.03, so your change is 97 cents. Change is the money you get back when you pay more than the total. The shop owner counts out the coins carefully. 3 quarters, 2 dimes, and 2 pennies. That's 97 cents. In American money, a penny is 1 cent, a nickel is 5 cents, a dime is 10 cents, and a quarter is 25 cents. Sarah takes the change and puts it in her pocket. The shop owner carefully wraps the blue scarf in soft tissue paper and places it, along with the 2 candles and 3 postcards, into a small paper bag. There you go. I hope your friend loves it. Thank you so much. I think she will, Sarah says, smiling. As Sarah turns to leave, the shop owner adds, "Oh, one more thing. Here's a coupon for 10% off your next visit." A coupon is a small piece of paper that gives you a discount on a future purchase. "Oh, that's so kind. Thank you," Sarah says, slipping it into her wallet. She steps outside, the small paper bag swinging gently in her hand. Maya's going to love this, she thinks, smiling all the way home. And honestly, Sarah feels pretty good about something else, too. A few weeks ago, prices like $22.50 or 20% off might have made her pause and think for a second. Tonight, the numbers just made sense. That's how a language grows, not all at once, but one small moment at a time. And that is the end of today's story. Sarah found the perfect birthday gift, compared prices, understood a discount, paid with cash, and even got a coupon for next time, all in clear, simple English. Let's review some of the key words and phrases from today's episode. A blend, a mixture of 2 or more materials. Percent, out of 100. Off, when a price is reduced. A discount, the amount taken off the original price. Tax, a small extra amount added to a price. A bill, paper money. A register, the machine a store uses for money and receipts. Change, the money you get back after paying. Penny, nickel, dime, quarter, 1, 5, 10, and 25 cents. A coupon, a paper that gives a discount on a future purchase. Thank you so much for listening today. That was day 4 of 30 days from A1 to B1. Before you go, if you finished today's episode, leave a comment below and write, Day 4 done. It takes only 5 seconds, and it helps you stay on track with your 30-day English journey. I read every comment, and I love seeing your progress. Tomorrow is day 5. What day is it today? Subscribe to English Journey Studio so you never miss an episode. See you tomorrow. Keep listening, keep learning. Goodbye for now. Quick question. What day is it today? Now, how do you say today's date in English? Most English learners know Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but saying a full date with the right ordinal number in the right order, that's where it gets tricky. And time expressions? This Friday or next Friday, a week from today or in 1 week. If this feels confusing, you're in the right place. Hello and welcome back to English Journey Studio. This is day 5 of your 30-day English journey. 4 days down, 26 to go. Right now, you are moving from A1 toward B1, step by step, episode by episode. Today, Sarah discovers a forgotten appointment on her calendar, and along the way, you'll learn exactly how Americans talk about days, dates, and months. One more step from A1 to B1. Are you ready? Let's begin. It is Wednesday morning. Sarah is sitting at her kitchen table with a cup of coffee. She picks up her phone and sees a notification. Reminder, dentist appointment tomorrow at 10 a.m. Tomorrow, she thinks. Is tomorrow Thursday already? She opens her calendar app. A calendar is a tool that shows you the days of the month and helps you track appointments and plans. In English, the week starts on Sunday. The 7 days of the week are Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Weekdays or workdays are Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday are the weekend. Sarah scrolls through the week on her calendar. Today, Wednesday. Tomorrow, Thursday. Dentist at 10 a.m. At least I didn't forget completely, she thinks. She sets a new alarm for Thursday morning, 8:30 a.m. She closes the app and takes a long sip of coffee. Outside her window, she can hear the garbage truck on the street below. Every Wednesday morning, the garbage truck comes. That's how she always knows it's Wednesday. After coffee, Sarah sits down at her desk. She's a graphic designer. She works from home, near the window. She opens her laptop and finds an email from her manager. Hi, Sarah. The client presentation is on November 5th. Please have the designs ready by the 3rd. Sarah checks her calendar. Today is October 29th. In American English, we say dates with ordinal numbers. Ordinal numbers show order, first, second, third, and so on. Here's the pattern. First, first. Second, second. Third, third. Then, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. And how do we say a full date? Month first, then the ordinal number. November 5th equals November 5th. October 29th equals October 29th. Note, in many countries, people say the number first, the 29th of October. But in American English, the month always comes first. Sarah writes in her notebook, November 3rd, designs due. She counts the days. October 29th to November 3rd, 5 days. That's enough time, she thinks. She opens her design files and gets to work. At lunch, Sarah takes a walk outside. It's a cool October afternoon in Brooklyn. The trees are orange and gold. A few leaves drift down around her feet. She stops at her favorite deli 2 blocks away. A deli is a small shop that makes sandwiches and simple meals. In New York, there's a deli on almost every corner. The usual? The man behind the counter asks. Yes, please. Turkey on whole wheat. While she waits, she looks at the calendar on the wall. October is almost over. There are 12 months in a year: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. In New York, the seasons go like this: winter, December, January, February; spring, March, April, May; summer, June, July, August; autumn, also called fall, September, October, November. Almost November already, the man says. I know, Sarah says. This year is going so fast. She takes her sandwich to a bench in the small park across the street. She eats slowly. The air smells like fallen leaves and someone's coffee. Back at her desk, Sarah gets a message from Maya. Hey, are you free next weekend? Next weekend means the weekend after this one. This weekend is November 1st and 2nd. Next weekend is November 8th and 9th. Sarah checks her calendar. Nothing that weekend. Yes, what did you have in mind? She types back. A friend is having a dinner party on Saturday the 8th. Want to come? Definitely, Sarah types, smiling. She adds it to her calendar. November 8th, dinner party. In English, there are many useful ways to talk about time. Let's go through the most important ones. This week, the current week. Next week, the week after this one. Last week, the week before. This Monday, Monday of the current week. Next Monday, Monday of the following week. A week from today, exactly 7 days from now. In 2 weeks, 14 days from now. These expressions make you sound more natural. Instead of November 15th, you might say 2 weeks from Saturday. Sarah closes her messages and goes back to her designs. 3 more hours until the end of the workday. Thursday, she reminds herself quietly. Dentist, 10 a.m. The alarm goes off at 8:30. Sarah turns it off. It's Thursday. She makes coffee, eats a quick bowl of oatmeal, and heads out the door. The dentist's office is 3 blocks away. The November air is cold, maybe 38 or 40 degrees Fahrenheit. In the United States, temperature is measured in Fahrenheit, not Celsius. 32 degrees Fahrenheit is freezing, 0 Celsius. 60 degrees is comfortable, 90 is hot. She arrives at 9:55, 5 minutes early. The receptionist looks up. A receptionist is the person at the front desk who greets visitors and manages appointments. Sarah? Yes, I have a 10 o'clock appointment. Perfect. Please have a seat. The doctor will be right with you. Sarah sits in the waiting room. She picks up a magazine from the table. The date on the cover says November 2025. November, the 11th month. Next month is December, then January, a new year. Sarah thinks about how fast time moves. It feels like yesterday it was summer, and here she is in November, in a waiting room, turning a magazine page. Sarah? The dentist is ready. She stands up and walks toward the door. One more thing on this week's schedule, done. Today, Sarah had a small adventure through time. She found a forgotten appointment, learned the days of the week and months of the year, talked about dates with ordinal numbers, and made it to the dentist 5 minutes early. Quick vocabulary review. A calendar, a tool for tracking days and months. Weekdays, Monday through Friday. The weekend, Saturday and Sunday. An ordinal number, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. An appointment, a planned meeting at a specific time. A receptionist, the person at the front desk. If you finished today's episode, type Day 5 done in the comments right now. Tomorrow is Day 6. We'll talk about Sarah's family. Keep listening, keep learning. See you tomorrow. It's Sunday morning. Your phone rings. You look at the screen. It's someone from your family. Maybe your mom. Maybe your dad. Maybe your grandma. Now, what do you say? What words do you use? In your own language, talking about family is easy, natural, automatic. But in English, maybe you know mother and father, but what about all the other words you need in a real conversation? Aunt, uncle, cousin, sibling, niece, nephew. By the end of today's episode, you will know exactly how to talk about your family in natural, everyday English. All the key vocabulary used in real sentences in a real story. This is Day 6 of your 30-day English journey. 5 days down, 24 to go. You are moving from A1 toward B1, step by step, episode by episode. Today, Sarah has a quiet Sunday to herself. She calls her mom, thinks about the people she loves, and writes about her family in English. One more step from A1 to B1. Are you ready? Let's begin. Sarah is sitting in her favorite spot, the small armchair next to the living room window. She has a warm cup of green tea in both hands. Outside, the sky is a pale gray blue, the way it always looks on autumn Sunday mornings in Brooklyn. The streets are quiet. She loves this. Her phone buzzes on the cushion next to her. She looks at the screen. It says, Mum. She smiles and picks up. Hi, Mom. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Sarah's mother is named Linda. She is 54 years old. She lives in Columbus, Ohio, about 500 miles from Brooklyn. In English, the formal word is mother, but most people say mum in everyday conversation. Mum is warm and informal. Mother is more serious or sometimes used when you are a little upset. If a child says mother in a serious tone, it probably means trouble. How's everything in New York? Linda asks. It's good, really good, actually, Sarah says. And are you sleeping? Are you eating? Sarah laughs. Yes, Mom, I promise. Some things never change. Moms always ask the same questions. It doesn't matter if you're 7 or 25. They talk for about 20 minutes. Linda tells Sarah about the neighbors, about the weather in Ohio, already colder than New York, and about a new soup recipe she found online. Sarah listens and smiles. She misses home sometimes, but talking to her mom always makes the distance feel smaller. After the call, Sarah puts her phone down and stares out the window. Her mind drifts to the rest of her family. Her father's name is Robert, but no one calls him Robert. Everyone, his wife, his kids, his coworkers, even his own mother, calls him Bob. Bob is 57 years old. He is a civil engineer. He designs bridges and roads. He is a quiet man, not someone who says a lot, but always there when you need him. In English, the formal word is father, but most people say dad or daddy when they are very young. Sarah still calls him dad. She probably always will. Bob shows love in quiet ways. When Sarah visits Columbus, he always has the fridge stocked with her favorite things: orange juice, cheddar cheese, sourdough bread. He never says, "I missed you," but the fridge always says it for him. Sarah also has a younger brother named Jake. Jake is 22 years old, 3 years younger than Sarah. He is studying computer science at a university in Chicago. In English, a brother is a male sibling. A sister is a female sibling. The word sibling covers both. It means a brother or sister, without specifying which. It is useful in formal or general situations. Jake and Sarah text each other almost every day. They tease each other constantly. He calls her old lady, she calls him little disaster. But if either of them ever truly needed something, the other one would be on the first train there. Sarah has grandparents on both sides of her family, but she is especially close to her mother's parents, Dorothy and George. Everyone calls them Grandma Dot and Grandpa George. In English, the most common informal words are grandma and grandpa. You might also hear granny, nana, nan, or pop. These vary by family and region, but they all mean the same thing. Grandma Dot is 78 years old. She lives in a small house in rural Ohio, about 40 minutes from Columbus. Rural means in the countryside, away from a city. Dot is famous in the family for two things, her apple pie and her memory. She remembers everything, every birthday, every funny moment, every embarrassing thing you did when you were 9 years old. She remembered that I once hid my broccoli in my sock at dinner, Sarah thinks. I was 6 years old. She still brings it up every Thanksgiving. Grandpa George is 80 years old. He is retired, meaning he no longer works. He was a farmer for most of his life. Now he spends his mornings in the garden and his evenings watching old westerns on television. He doesn't say much, but when Sarah visits, he always saves the best chair on the porch for her, and he always has a small bag of her favorite hard candy in his jacket pocket, every single time. Some people show love with words, Sarah thinks. Grandpa George shows it with a chair and a candy bag. I think that might be better. On her father's side, Sarah has an aunt named Carol and an uncle named David. In English, your aunt is your parent's sister or your parent's brother's wife. Your uncle is your parent's brother or your parent's sister's husband. Carol and David have 3 children, and those 3 children are Sarah's cousins. A cousin is the child of your aunt or uncle. The cousins are Emma, who is 19 and studying fashion design, Tyler, who is 16 and obsessed with basketball, and little Mia, who just turned 7 and wants to be an astronaut. The whole family, Sarah's parents, Jake, Carol, David, Emma, Tyler, Mia, and the grandparents, gathers once a year for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is one of the most important American holidays. It takes place on the 4th Thursday of November. Families travel long distances to be together. At the Thanksgiving table, Carol makes the turkey. David is in charge of the drinks. Grandma Dot makes the apple pie, obviously, and everyone talks at the same time, loudly, about everything. Sports, work, the news, old stories that everyone remembers slightly differently. Tyler's basketball games, Mia's drawings, Jake's classes in Chicago. It's loud and messy and perfect, Sarah thinks, and I count the days until it every year. That afternoon, Sarah opens her laptop. She has a small notebook beside her, the one she uses to practice English. She decides to do something both useful and meaningful. She's going to write about her family, in English. She starts simple. My name is Sarah, and I come from Columbus, Ohio. I have a small but close family. In English, the word close, when used to describe a family, doesn't mean physically near. It means emotionally connected, warm, tight, a family that supports each other and shares their lives. She keeps writing. My mom is a nurse named Linda. My dad is an engineer named Bob. I have one younger brother, Jake, who is 22 and studying computer science in Chicago. She pauses, thinks, then adds, my grandparents on my mom's side are Dorothy and George. Grandma Dot makes the best apple pie in the world. Grandpa George is retired. He has a garden he loves more than anything else. She reads it back. Simple sentences. Real people. True words. Language is how we share our lives with others, she thinks. Even a few sentences about your family, that's a little piece of who you are. She saves the document, then picks up her phone and texts Jake. Was thinking about the family today. Miss you, little disaster. 60 seconds later, he replies, miss you too, old lady. Call you Sunday? Sarah smiles. Yeah, she types back. Call me Sunday. Today, Sarah had a quiet Sunday morning that turned into something special. She talked to her mom, Linda, on the phone. She thought about her dad, Bob, her brother, Jake, her grandparents, Dorothy and George, and her cousins, Emma, Tyler, and little Mia. And she practiced something important, writing about her family in English. Here are the key vocabulary words from today's episode. Mother. Mom. Your female parent. Mom is informal and warm. Father. Dad. Your male parent. Dad is the everyday version. Brother. A male sibling. Sister. A female sibling. Sibling. A brother or sister. Grandma. Grandmother. Your parent's mother. Grandpa. Grandfather. Your parent's father. Aunt. Your parent's sister, or your uncle's wife. Uncle. Your parent's brother, or your aunt's husband. Cousin. The child of your aunt or uncle. Niece. Your sibling's daughter. Nephew. Your sibling's son. Retired. No longer working, usually due to age. Close. Emotionally connected and supportive. Rural. In the countryside, away from a city. Miss. To feel sad because someone you love is not with you. If you finished today's episode, type Day 6 done in the comments right now. It helps you track your progress, and I love reading your notes. Tomorrow is Day 7. We'll follow Sarah as she gets dressed for something special. Colors, clothes, and how to describe what you're wearing in English. Don't miss it. If you're enjoying this series, subscribe so you never miss an episode. New video every day for 30 days. See you tomorrow. Imagine this. You open your closet in the morning. You look at your clothes, and someone asks you in English, "What are you wearing today?" You know what you're wearing. You can see it. But the English words, maybe they don't come fast enough. Or maybe you go shopping in an English-speaking country. The salesperson asks, "What color are you looking for?" And you know the color, you can picture it perfectly in your mind, but the word just doesn't come. Colors and clothes are everywhere. Every single day you use them to get dressed, to shop, to describe what you see. But for many English learners, these simple words are surprisingly hard to remember in the moment. Today, that changes. Hello, and welcome back to English Journey Studio. This is Day 7 of your 30-day English journey. 6 days down, 23 to go. You are moving from A1 toward B1, step by step, episode by episode. Today, Sarah has a big Monday ahead. She has an important client presentation at work, and she wants to look her best. Follow along as she gets dressed, and by the end of today's episode, you will know exactly how to talk about colors and clothes in natural, everyday English. One more step from A1 to B1. Are you ready? Let's begin. It is Monday morning, 7:15 a.m. Sarah's alarm goes off. She reaches over, turns it off, and sits up in bed. She has a presentation at 10 o'clock. A new client, a small design studio from Chicago, is coming to see her work. She wants to look professional, polished, ready. She walks to her closet and opens the door. Her closet is organized. On the left, tops and blouses. In the middle, trousers, skirts, and dresses. On the right, jackets and coats. On the floor, her shoes, lined up neatly in pairs. She looks at everything for a moment. Okay, she thinks, what do I wear? She reaches for a blouse first. A blouse is a light, formal top usually worn by women. This one is cream-colored. In English, cream describes a very pale, warm white, like the color of fresh cream or milk. It is softer than pure white, warmer, a little more elegant. She holds it up and checks it. No wrinkles. Good. Then she reaches for her navy trousers. Trousers are pants, the formal word for the clothing you wear on your legs. Navy is a deep, dark blue, the color of the sea at night or of a classic uniform. She lays the cream blouse and the navy trousers on her bed and steps back. Yes, she thinks, that works. Now comes the harder choice. Sarah has 3 blazers. A blazer is a structured jacket. It makes any outfit look more professional and polished. The first is gray, a classic medium gray, not too dark, not too light, very professional. The second is burgundy. Burgundy is a deep, rich red, like the color of red wine. It is a strong color. Confident. It makes a statement. The third is beige. Beige is a light, sandy color, a warm mix of white and brown, very neutral, easy to pair with almost anything. Sarah tries the gray blazer first. She looks in the mirror. Gray with cream and navy. Classic. Safe. Very corporate. Then she tries the burgundy. She looks at herself again. The burgundy blazer gives the whole outfit energy. The cream blouse is soft, the navy trousers are grounded, and the burgundy blazer says, I am here. I have something to show you. Burgundy, she decides. She hangs the gray and beige blazers back in the closet and puts on the burgundy one. Sarah looks at her shoes. She chooses her black ankle boots. Ankle boots are short boots that end just above the ankle. They are stylish but comfortable, perfect for a long day at work. Black is one of the most important colors in a wardrobe. In English, when we say something is a wardrobe essential, we mean it is something you need, something that works with everything else you own. Black shoes are a classic wardrobe essential. She sits on the edge of her bed and puts on her boots. Then, accessories. Accessories are the small items you add to an outfit, things like jewelry, a belt, a scarf, or a bag. Sarah chooses a simple gold necklace. Gold is a warm, rich yellow, the color of the metal gold. In English, when we say gold as a color, we usually mean a warm, shiny, metallic yellow. She also picks up a dark brown leather belt. Brown comes in many shades: light brown, medium brown, chocolate brown, dark brown. Her belt is a warm, medium brown, the kind that pairs well with black, navy, and cream. And finally, her bag, a structured tan leather tote. Tan is similar to beige, but slightly warmer and darker, like the color of light caramel or summer sand. She puts on the necklace, buckles the belt, picks up the bag. She stands in front of the full-length mirror in her bedroom. Cream blouse, navy trousers, burgundy blazer, black ankle boots, gold necklace, brown belt, tan bag. She smiles. That's the one, she thinks. Sarah leaves her apartment at 8:30. She walks to the subway station and takes the C train toward Manhattan. The subway is busy on Monday mornings. Everyone is heading to work. People in suits, people in casual clothes, students with large backpacks, tourists with maps. Sarah finds a seat near the door. She puts her tote bag on her lap and looks out the window as the train moves through the tunnel. A few stops later, a woman sits down next to her. She is wearing a bright yellow coat, mustard yellow, like the color of autumn leaves. The color suits her perfectly. "Excuse me," the woman says. "I love your blazer. That burgundy is perfect for you." Sarah looks up, a little surprised. "Oh, thank you so much." In English, when someone gives you a compliment, when someone says something nice about you, a simple thank you is always the right response. You can add, "That's so kind of you," or "I really appreciate that." "I almost wore gray," Sarah says with a laugh. "I'm glad I didn't." The woman smiles. "Gray is safe, but burgundy is brave." Sarah thinks about that the whole rest of the ride. Gray is safe, burgundy is brave. She likes that. Today, Sarah had a big Monday, and she started it by making a brave choice. She opened her closet, looked at her options, and chose the outfit that felt like her. Not just the safe choice, the right choice. Here are the key vocabulary words from today's episode. Blouse, a light, formal top, usually for women. Trousers, pants, the formal word for what you wear on your legs. Blazer, a structured, professional jacket. Ankle boots, short boots that end just above the ankle. Accessories, small additions to an outfit. Jewelry, belt, bag, scarf. Wardrobe essential, a clothing item that works with everything. Colors, cream, navy, gray, burgundy, beige, black, gold, brown, tan. Compliment, something kind you say about a person. Brave, willing to do something that feels a little scary or bold. If you finished today's episode, type Day 7 done in the comments right now. It helps you track your progress, and I love seeing your names appear. Tomorrow is Day 8. We'll follow Sarah into her kitchen, her favorite meals, her cooking habits, and all the food and drink vocabulary you need for everyday life in English. Don't miss it. Subscribe so you never miss an episode. New video every day for 30 days. See you tomorrow. Here's a moment you know well. You're at a restaurant. The waiter comes to your table and asks, "What would you like to order?" You look at the menu. You know what you want, but you're not sure how to say it. Is it chicken soup or soup of chicken? Do you say "I want" or "I would like"? And how do you ask for something without dairy? Food is one of the first things people talk about when they meet someone new. Do you like to cook? What's your favorite meal? Have you tried this restaurant? And yet, food vocabulary is one of the areas where English learners feel least confident. The names of ingredients, Cooking verbs, meal times, these things don't always appear in textbooks. They come from real life. Today, that changes. Hello, and welcome back to English Journey Studio. This is day 8 of your 30-day English journey. 7 days down, 22 to go. You are moving from A1 toward B1 step by step, episode by episode. Today is Tuesday evening. Sarah is home from work after her presentation, and she's going to cook. Follow along as she prepares her favorite meals, and by the end of today's episode, you will have all the food and drink vocabulary you need for everyday life in English. One more step from A1 to B1. Are you ready? Let's begin. It is Tuesday evening, 6:30 p.m. Sarah gets home from work and drops her tote bag on the hallway chair. She kicks off her ankle boots. The presentation went well. The clients from Chicago liked her work. She is tired but happy. She opens the refrigerator. On a regular weekday evening, Sarah doesn't like to cook something complicated. She wants something simple, warm, and satisfying. Tonight, she decides to make pasta. Pasta is one of her favorite meals. It's quick, it's filling, and she always has the ingredients at home. Ingredients. This is an important word. Ingredients are the individual items you need to make a meal. If you are making a cake, the ingredients are flour, sugar, eggs, butter, and milk. If you are making pasta, the ingredients are pasta, olive oil, garlic, tomatoes, salt, and pepper. Sarah opens her kitchen cupboard. A cupboard is a closed cabinet where you store food and kitchen items. She takes out a box of spaghetti, a long, thin type of pasta, and a can of crushed tomatoes. Then she goes back to the refrigerator and takes out garlic, a small bunch of fresh basil, and a block of Parmesan cheese. Parmesan is a hard, salty Italian cheese. In New York, you can find it at almost any grocery store. She puts everything on the counter and ties back her hair. Time to cook. Sarah fills a large pot with water and puts it on the stove. She turns the heat to high. While the water heats up, she starts the sauce. A sauce is a liquid that adds flavor to food. Tonight's sauce is a simple tomato sauce, the kind Sarah's been making since she was 19 and living in a tiny apartment in Ohio. She pours a little olive oil into a pan and turns the heat to medium. Olive oil is a smooth, golden oil made from olives. It has a mild, slightly fruity taste. It is used a lot in Italian and Mediterranean cooking. She peels 2 cloves of garlic. A clove is one small section of a garlic bulb. She slices them thin and adds them to the hot oil. Immediately, the kitchen fills with a warm, familiar smell. Garlic in olive oil. There is no smell more comforting in a kitchen. After 1 minute, she adds the crushed tomatoes. They sizzle as they hit the pan. She stirs with a wooden spoon, adds a pinch of salt and black pepper, and turns the heat to low. The sauce will simmer for 15 minutes. Simmer means to cook something gently over low heat, so it bubbles slowly. Not boiling hard, just a quiet, gentle bubble. Simmering gives a sauce time to develop flavor. By now, the pot of water is boiling. Sarah adds a generous pinch of salt to the water. This is important. She always does this, and drops in the spaghetti. She sets a timer for 10 minutes. While the pasta cooks, Sarah leans against the counter with a glass of water and thinks about her favorite meals. In English, there are 3 main meals in a day: breakfast in the morning, lunch in the middle of the day, and dinner in the evening. Some people also have a snack between meals. A snack is a small amount of food you eat between meals, like a piece of fruit, some nuts, or a biscuit. Sarah loves breakfast. On weekday mornings, she usually has green tea, a banana, and a small bowl of yogurt with honey. Fast and easy. On weekends, she makes what she calls a proper breakfast. Proper, in this sense, means full and satisfying, not just a quick snack. A proper breakfast for Sarah means scrambled eggs, sourdough toast, sliced avocado, and a strong cup of green tea. For lunch, Sarah usually eats at her desk at work. She often brings a salad from home, mixed greens, cherry tomatoes, cucumber, olive oil, and a little lemon juice. Or sometimes she buys a sandwich from the deli downstairs. A deli, short for delicatessen, is a small shop that sells prepared foods, sandwiches, and cold cuts. New York City is famous for its delis. But dinner is her favorite meal. Dinner is the one time in the day when she truly slows down. She sits at her small table by the window. No phone, no laptop, just food and the sounds of Brooklyn outside. The timer goes off. Sarah drains the spaghetti. To drain means to pour off the water through a strainer and adds it directly to the pan with the tomato sauce. She tosses everything together. To toss food means to mix it by turning it gently with a spoon or tongs. Then she plates it. To plate something means to put the finished food onto a serving plate, ready to eat. She grates Parmesan cheese over the top, long, fine strips of cheese falling over the pasta like soft snow. Then a few fresh basil leaves. Basil is a bright green herb with a fresh, slightly sweet smell. It pairs perfectly with tomato. She carries her plate to the small table by the window and sits down. Outside, Brooklyn is doing what Brooklyn does on Tuesday evenings. A dog is barking somewhere. Someone is playing music. A car door slams. The lights in the windows across the street are warm and yellow. Sarah twirls a fork full of pasta and takes a bite. Perfect. She eats slowly. She finishes her plate. She pours herself a small glass of sparkling water. Water with bubbles, also called carbonated water or fizzy water, and sits quietly for a few minutes. Then she gets up, washes her plate, and does one more thing. She packs tomorrow's lunch. She puts some leftover pasta into a container, adds a little extra cheese and basil on top, snaps the lid closed, and puts it in the refrigerator. Lunch sorted, she thinks. In English, sorted means taken care of, organized, or finished. It's a casual, satisfying word. She turns off the kitchen light. Today was a good day. Today, Sarah came home after a successful presentation, cooked her favorite pasta dinner, and thought about all 3 of her daily meals. A quiet Tuesday evening, simple, warm, and satisfying. Let's review today's key vocabulary. Ingredients: the individual items you need to make a meal. Cupboard: a closed cabinet where you store food and kitchen items. Sauce: a liquid that adds flavor to food. Simmer: to cook gently over low heat with a slow, quiet bubble. Boil: to heat liquid until it bubbles rapidly. Drain: to pour off the cooking water, usually through a strainer. Toss: to mix food by turning it gently with a spoon or tongs. Plate: to put the finished food onto a serving dish, ready to eat. Breakfast: the first meal of the day, in the morning. Lunch: the meal in the middle of the day, Dinner, the evening meal. Snack, a small amount of food eaten between meals. Deli, short for delicatessen, a shop selling sandwiches and prepared foods. Sorted, informal for done, taken care of, finished. If you finished today's episode, type Day 8 done in the comments right now. I read every single one. Tomorrow is Day 9. Sarah is going to help someone who is lost, and you will learn exactly how to ask for and give directions in English. See you tomorrow. You know this feeling. You are in a new city. You don't know the streets. You need to find the subway station, or the nearest pharmacy, or a coffee shop. You see someone walking nearby. You want to ask for help, but the words don't come fast enough. By the time you think of what to say, the person has already walked past. Or maybe you are the one who gets asked. A tourist stops you on the street, looking lost and a little nervous. "Excuse me," they say. "Can you help me find the subway?" And you want to help. You know where the subway is. You walk past it every single day. But in English, how do you explain it? Left? Right? Straight ahead? At the corner? Asking for and giving directions is one of the most practical skills in any language, and today you are going to learn it. Hello, and welcome back to English Journey Studio. This is Day 9 of your 30-day English journey. 8 days down, 21 to go. You are moving from A1 toward B1, step by step, episode by episode. Today is Wednesday morning. Sarah is walking to work through her Brooklyn neighborhood, and she meets someone who needs her help. One more step from A1 to B1. Are you ready? Let's begin. It is Wednesday morning, 8:20 a.m. Sarah is walking to the subway station. She usually takes this same route every day, down her street, left on Atlantic Avenue, 2 blocks to the station entrance. She knows this walk by heart. To know something by heart means to know it so well that you don't need to think about it. You know it automatically, from memory. The morning is cool and bright. The trees on her block still have some leaves, orange and rust-colored, but most have fallen now. November in Brooklyn. She is almost at the corner of her street when she notices a young man standing on the sidewalk. He is looking at his phone, then looking up at the street, then back at his phone again. He has a large backpack, a tourist. He sees Sarah and takes a small step toward her. He looks a little nervous. "Excuse me?" he says. Sarah stops. She smiles. "Sure, what do you need?" "I'm trying to find the subway," the man says. "I need to get to J Street. Is there a station near here?" "Yes, absolutely," Sarah says. "You're very close. Let me show you." In English, there are several ways to start giving directions. You can say, "Go straight ahead." This means continue walking in the direction you are already facing. You can say, "Turn left," or "Turn right." This means change direction, either to the left side or the right side. You can say, "Take the first left," or "Take the second right." This means count the streets as you walk and turn at the first one or the second one. Sarah points down the street. "Okay," she says. "First, go straight ahead on this street. Walk about 1 block. Then you'll reach a corner. At the corner, turn left. You'll see a big intersection. That's Atlantic Avenue. Cross the street. When you cross Atlantic Avenue, look to your right. The subway entrance is right there. You can't miss it." The man listens carefully. He nods slowly, repeating the steps quietly to himself. So, straight ahead, 1 block, then left, then cross the street and look right. Exactly, Sarah says. Perfect. The man thanks her, but then hesitates. One more question, he says. Is there a coffee shop near the subway? I need something before I get on the train. Sarah thinks for a second. Yes, there's one on Atlantic Avenue. When you come out of the subway entrance, it's on your left. It's between the pharmacy and the bookstore. You can't miss it. Let's learn more useful direction words from this conversation. On your left, on the left side as you face forward. On your right, on the right side. Between, in the middle of two things. The coffee shop is between the pharmacy and the bookstore. Next to, directly beside something. The pharmacy is next to the bookstore. Opposite, directly across from something. The subway entrance is opposite the park. Around the corner, just past the corner of a street. The cafe is just around the corner. You can't miss it. This is a very common phrase in English directions. It means the place is easy to see. It's obvious. You will notice it naturally. The man types notes into his phone as Sarah explains. He nods. He looks relieved. Thank you so much, he says. I was walking in the completely wrong direction. It happens to everyone, Sarah says. Brooklyn can be confusing at first. The man smiles. He looks a little more relaxed now. Are you from here? He asks. Not originally, Sarah says. I'm from Ohio, but I've lived in Brooklyn for 4 years now. Do you like it? I love it, she says. It took a few months to learn my way around, but now I know every street, every subway line, every good coffee shop. It becomes yours eventually. She pauses for a second, then adds, one tip. Landmarks help a lot when you're new to a neighborhood. A landmark is a place or building that is easy to recognize and remember. It helps you navigate. It gives you reference points as you walk. In this part of Brooklyn, some useful landmarks are the big Atlantic Terminal Mall at the intersection of Atlantic Avenue, the Brooklyn Public Library, a beautiful old building on Eastern Parkway, and Prospect Park, a huge park where people walk, run, and sit on weekends. When someone gives you directions using landmarks, like turn left at the pharmacy or it's across from the park, these are usually easier to remember than just walk 2 blocks. The man nods. He looks at his phone, then up at the street. Now he has a plan. Thank you again, he says. Really, that was so helpful. Good luck, Sarah says. Enjoy Brooklyn. She watches him walk away, in the right direction this time, and then continues toward the subway herself. She thinks, everyone who lives in New York was confused on their first day. That's part of it. You ask, someone helps, and slowly the city starts to make sense. Today, Sarah helped a lost tourist find his way, and in doing so, she taught us some of the most important direction words in English. Let's review today's key vocabulary. Go straight ahead. Continue walking in the direction you are already facing. Turn left. Turn right. Change direction to the left side or the right side. Take the first left. Walk to the first street on the left and turn there. Cross the street. Walk from one side of the street to the other side. On your left. On your right. On the left or right side as you face forward. Between. In the middle of two things. The coffee shop is between the pharmacy and the bookstore. Next to. Directly beside something. The cafe is next to the bank. Opposite. Directly across from something. It's opposite the park. Around the corner. Just past the corner of a street. It's just around the corner. You can't miss it. The place is easy to see. You will notice it naturally. Landmark. A place or building that is easy to recognize and helps you navigate. Navigate. To find your way around a place. Know by heart. To know something so well that you don't need to think about it. If you finish today's episode, type Day 9 done in the comments right now. We are almost at 10 days, 1/3 of the way through the 30-day journey. Tomorrow is Day 10, the last episode of Phase 1. Sarah has a weekend coming up, and she's going to talk about her plans. See you tomorrow. What are you doing this weekend? This is one of the most common questions in American English. People ask it every Friday, at work, in coffee shops, on the street. Any plans this weekend? What are you up to? Doing anything fun? If someone asks you one of these questions, do you know how to answer? Can you talk about your plans in English? If not, today is your day. Hello and welcome back to English Journey Studio. This is Day 10 of your 30-day English journey. 9 days down, 21 to go. You are finishing Phase 1, the A1 level. 10 days of slow, clear English. 10 days of listening and learning. And you are still here. Today, Sarah's week is finally over, and she has 2 whole days ahead of her. One more step from A1 to B1. Are you ready? Let's begin. It is 4:59 on Friday afternoon. Sarah is sitting at her desk, staring at the clock on her laptop. 1 more minute. The clock hits 5. She closes her laptop and lets out a long, slow breath. Finally, she says to herself, the weekend. It has been a long week. The client presentation is in less than a week, and Sarah has spent every day designing, adjusting, and redesigning. She is tired, but it is a good kind of tired, the kind that comes after doing something real. She stretches her arms above her head and looks out the window. The sky outside is a deep, dark blue. Brooklyn at 5 o'clock on a Friday evening has a special feeling. People are walking a little faster, but also a little lighter. Everyone looks happy to be going somewhere. Her phone buzzes on the desk. A message from Maya. Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Sarah smiles and types back, nothing yet. What did you have in mind? Maya replies right away. Farmer's market Saturday morning and cook dinner together after? Sarah reads the message and feels a warm, happy feeling in her chest. Yes, that is exactly what she needs. A farmer's market is an outdoor market where local farmers and food producers sell their products directly to the public. Fresh vegetables, fruits, bread, cheese, eggs, flowers, all from small local farms and makers. In Brooklyn, there is a farmer's market in almost every neighborhood on the weekend. Yes, I'll meet you there at 10, Sarah types back. She closes her phone, opens her notebook, and writes a fresh new page. At the top, she writes, Weekend plans. Saturday morning arrives cool and quiet. Sarah wakes up without an alarm. She lies still for a moment, looking at the ceiling. No alarm, no meetings, no emails that need an answer right away. She gets up slowly, makes coffee, and stands at the window with her mug. The street below is peaceful, that soft, slow Saturday morning feeling that she loves. By 9:30, she is ready. She puts on her long gray coat, her warmest scarf, and her brown boots. It is November, cold, crisp, and beautiful. The farmer's market is 4 blocks away, in a small square near Prospect Park. She walks there slowly, looking at the neighborhood around her. She passes a bakery that is just opening. The smell of fresh bread drifts out onto the street. She passes a man walking a large, cheerful golden retriever. She passes a little girl helping her father carry a bag of groceries. Maya is already at the market when Sarah arrives. She is standing near a table full of apples, red, green, and golden yellow. "Over here," Maya calls, waving. They walk through the market together. There are tables covered in autumn vegetables: carrots, butternut squash, sweet potatoes, onions, garlic. There are baskets of fresh bread, sourdough, whole wheat, rye. There are small jars of jam and local honey. There are even flowers: orange, yellow, and deep burgundy. Sarah picks up a bundle of tomatoes on the vine, a head of garlic, fresh basil, and a jar of honey. She also buys a small bunch of orange flowers for her kitchen table just because they are beautiful. "This is my favorite part of the weekend," she says. Maya smiles. "Same." Back at Sarah's apartment, they put everything on the kitchen counter: tomatoes, garlic, basil, olive oil, dried pasta, and coffee first, of course. While the coffee brews, they sit at the kitchen table and talk. In English, there are many ways to make plans with a friend. "What are you up to?" This is a casual, friendly way to ask about someone's plans. "Do you want to?" A simple invitation. "I'm thinking of." You use this when your plans are not final yet. "Let's." A direct suggestion. "Let's cook dinner." "Let's go for a walk." "How about?" Another way to suggest something. "How about the farmer's market?" These small phrases make your English sound natural and friendly. After coffee, they start cooking. Sarah chops the tomatoes. Maya crushes the garlic and adds it to the pan with olive oil. To chop means to cut food into small, even pieces. To crush means to press something hard until it breaks open. The kitchen fills with wonderful smells: warm garlic, tomatoes, olive oil. Sarah loves this. Cooking with a friend on a cold afternoon. It is one of her favorite things. The pasta takes 30 minutes. When it is ready, they carry their bowls to the table and sit down. They eat slowly. "This is so good," Maya says. "Right?" Sarah smiles. Fresh ingredients make everything taste better. After dinner, they drink tea and keep talking. Outside, the sky is dark. The city is quiet. Two good friends in a warm kitchen. This is what a Saturday evening should feel like. Sunday morning. Sarah sleeps until 9. She opens her eyes slowly. No plans until the afternoon. She feels rested and calm. Americans have a phrase for days like this: a slow Sunday. A slow Sunday is a day when you do not rush. You take your time. You rest. You only do what you feel like doing. Sarah makes eggs and toast for breakfast. She puts on soft jazz music. She eats slowly, looking out the window. After breakfast, she does a few chores. Chores are the small, everyday tasks you do to keep your home clean and organized. She wipes down the kitchen counters. She vacuums the living room floor. She does a load of laundry. To vacuum means to clean the floor with a machine that sucks up dirt and dust. A load of laundry means one full cycle of clothes in the washing machine. By noon, the apartment is clean and smells fresh. Sarah feels satisfied. There is something deeply good about a clean apartment on a quiet Sunday. She makes a cup of tea, sits on the couch, and opens her book. She has been meaning to read this book for months. Now she has the time. She reads for 2 hours. Time passes slowly and pleasantly. Around 3 in the afternoon, her phone rings. The name on the screen, Mom. "Hi, Mom," Sarah says. Her voice is warm and bright, the voice she uses only for the people she loves most. Sarah and her mother talk for about 40 minutes. Her mother calls from Chicago every Sunday. It is a ritual, something they have done for years. A ritual is a regular habit or routine that has special meaning to you. Sunday evening phone calls with family, Saturday morning coffee, a walk in the same park every week. These rituals give shape and comfort to your life. Her mother has family news. Sarah's brother David got a promotion at work. A promotion means your company gives you a better, higher position, usually with more responsibility and more pay. "That's wonderful," Sarah says. "Tell him I'll call him this week." After the call, Sarah goes back to her book for a while. Then she closes it and sits quietly for a moment. The weekend is almost over. She thinks about the 2 days, the cold walk to the farmer's market, the smell of garlic in the kitchen, the pasta dinner with Maya, the slow, quiet Sunday, the clean apartment, the phone call with her mother. It was a good weekend. Not dramatic, not exciting in a big way, just full and warm and good. She opens her notebook one more time. She writes, "Monday, back to work. Designs for November 5th. The weekend is done, but right now it is still Sunday evening. The apartment is warm, the city is quiet. Sarah makes one last cup of tea and sits by the window. She watches the lights of Brooklyn below. Today, Sarah had a full and happy weekend. She went to the farmer's market with Maya. She cooked a warm dinner and talked for hours. She had a slow, quiet Sunday, reading, cleaning, and calling her mother. These are the small things that make a good life. Quick vocabulary review. A weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the days off from work. A farmer's market, an outdoor market with fresh, local food. To chop, to cut food into small pieces. To vacuum, to clean the floor with a vacuum machine. A load of laundry, one full cycle in the washing machine. Chores, small, everyday tasks to keep your home clean. A ritual, a regular habit with special personal meaning. A promotion, a better job position at the same company. If you finished today's episode, type Day 10 done in the comments right now. Tomorrow is day 11. We'll go to a cafe with Sarah. Keep listening, keep learning. See you tomorrow.